When life broke through its half-drought in the plant that feels and suffers but cannot move or cry, in beast and winged bird and thinking man, it made of the heart's rhythm its music's beat. It forced the unconscious tissues to awake. It is that pain which is forcing the unconscious tissues to awake and ask for happiness and earn the pang and thrill with pleasure and laughter of brief delight and quiver with pain and crave for ecstasy. When that pain is there, then you crave for ecstasy. You are suffering, you are growing in that process. Imperative, voiceless, ill understood, too far from light. Yeah, we are very far away because in ignorance. Too close to being scored, bound strangely in time from the eternal bliss. Bound strangely in time from the eternal bliss. See, all that thing, Ananda, eternal Ananda is there. It is from that, it is bound strangely in time. This quivering, this bliss, this pain, this suffering which is there here, strangely in time, it presses on heart's core and vibrant nerve. For what? Its sharp, self-seeking tears our consciousness, our pain and pleasure have that sting for a cause. Sting for a cause. You see, why pleasure and pain? There is a cause for that. It is by that process you really grow. So don't condemn pain. Don't be happy only with the pleasure. If you remain only happy with the pleasure, you will never grow. See, it's like eating sweet, 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 sweet. All the while you don't really enjoy sweet then. You have to have some bitter taste in between, you see. Bitter gout, you must eat in between. Then you really enjoy, you see. Our pain, and in fact, even in that you enjoy a kind of sweetness. In bitter gourd, if you eat, you enjoy sort of a sweetness in that, you see. Instinct with it, but blind to its true joy, the soul's desire leaves out towards passing things. Well, that is the way of growing then. All nature's longing, drive, none can resist. Well, you cannot stop that thing. You are subject to nature, so you are obeying nature. All nature's longing, all nature's spontaneity, I am, none can. Rocky, resist, I am. Comes surging to the blood and quickens and ecstasy of the infinite is her cause, ecstasy of the infinite. That again the Ananda. He has given rapture, delight. Now he is talking of infinite ecstasy, felicity. Now ecstasy is her cause. It turns it in us to finite love and lust, to turn to finite love and lust. That is necessary. Otherwise, how the individuality will be formed, you see. The will to conquer and have, to see and keep, that is the spirit of life. To conquer and have, possess, that is the spirit of life. To see and possess, keep, to enlarge life's room and scope and pleasure's range, to enlarge the rooms of life, to widen the rooms of life. This is necessary. Pleasure and pain, scope and pleasure's range, extend the range of pleasure, you see, to battle and overcome and make one's own the hope to mix one's joy with others' joy. Yeah, well, you may enjoy yourself, but you don't know how to enjoy with others' joy. You see, that is a part of your participation of the game. To hope to mix one's joy with others' joy. So all these things are necessary part of the game, you see. A yearning to possess and be possessed. A yearning to possess and be possessed. To enjoy and be enjoyed. To feel, to live. Yeah, you see that is always the case. To enjoy and be enjoyed. That is the sacred spirit which was always there, you see. The lovers, they enjoy their company with each other. they also want to be enjoyed. They also want to be enjoyed. Otherwise, the joy is not complete. In the case of the love, also see. One partner would like to be enjoyed by the other, while you also enjoy, then you see. To enjoy and be enjoyed, to feel, to live, that is the spirit of living. That's it. Here was this early, brief attempt to be. You see that becoming he was talking now. So this is the beginning of pleasure and pain. Its rapid end of momentary delight, whose stamp of failure haunts all ignorant alike. Obviously, because it is part of the ignorance, so that stamp of ignorance is there. Here was his early brief attempt to be. It's or that ecstasy, or the spirit you can see also that, or that mystic presence also you can see that. Here was its you can trace it back to that mystic presence who is doing all that thing you see. Here was his early brief attempt to be, his rapid end of momentary delight, whose stamp of failure haunts all ignorance. So that failure is a necessary thing also. Inflating still his habit on the cell, the phantom of a dark and evil storm, ghost like pursues all that we dream and do. Because that stamp is there. The stamp of failure is there. Whose stamp of failure is there, see. Inflating still is habit on the cell, on our physical body cell. Ghost like pursues all that we dream and do. Although on earth our firm established lives, working of habit or a sense of love, a steady repetition in the flood, yet are the rules of will ever the same. These passions are the stuff of which we are made. These passions are the stuff. These passions are the stuff of enjoy and being enjoyed. Of enjoying and being enjoyed. These passions are the stuff of which we are made. Now, the stuff of which we are made. We are made of this thing, pleasure and pain, suffering, joy and be enjoyed, you see. We are made of this kind of dream, happiness in our dream. This was the first cry, this is the beginning of the life of awakening world. Now this is actually the stuff of which we are made, this phrase is from Shakespeare's Tempest. The dreams on which we build, you see, on Shakespeare's Tempest, you see. Prospero is telling the young couple how the glorious things which are there and all that thing, you see, completely. And then he retires. And then he says, when you are rounded off your life, then you fall into sleep, die. And then all these things vanish. As if everything is an illusion. The stuff on which we are built is an illusion. That is how Prospero is presenting the whole picture of life, joy and happiness to the young couple. You see, like that, you see, in the temples, you see. Yet are its rules of will ever the same. So Shemanta will she pick up all the phrases from everywhere from the literature, from Wordsworth, from Shakespeare, from Tennyson, everywhere like that, you see. That's the richness of Savitri, you see. This was, how does it translate in French? These passions are the stuff of which we are made. Stuff. It's all right? It gives a sense of illusion. Of you don't, you see.
Stuff is not illusion.
Stuff. See, the joy is a kind of an illusion. It's a fleeting life. It go away tomorrow. It is there. It's not there tomorrow. The stuff of which we are made. What is that stuff? It's a passing show, passing joy, passing happiness.
All the things.
So that stuff of which we are made, that sense has to come. These passions are the stuff of which we are made.
If you want to put a synonym to stuff, which word you put?
Not synonym. See, the kind of background which is there behind the stuff of which we are made, it is that which must emerge in the rendering. The background is Prospero is telling the young couple about the life, about the illusion, the unsteadiness of all. When you pass away, die, all your dreams disappear completely. See, that is very difficult to catch in translation. But see, Shivantu will pull up everything like that, every occasion. The richness of translation, I don't know how it can come at all in translation. That association. You may have to expand it perhaps. Instead of word to word, phrase to phrase, you may have to expand. But a sense has to come. He is definitely making an allusion to Prospero, Tempest. It will come, I don't know, it will come. In translation, difficult. Unless you build up a certain background behind it. This was the first cry of the awaking world. Well, the world has started awaking with that. First cry, the rising, the passion, this is first cry of life. Even when, it clings around us, still and claims the God. Even the God. Because these passions are there, they are holding him back. They are clamping. They are not allowing God to work the way he should work. That is how it is. God is a clamp, but his activity, his action in you, it is that which is clamped. You see. It clings, I am, around, I am, still, I am, and claims, I am, the God, I am, you see. And absolutely monosyllabic line, except around, you see. And clings around, still, and claims the God. Kind of hammer bit coming out, you see. Even when reason is born and soul takes. So this is what happens in life proper. But even when later on shall arrive reason, the mental faculty will open out fully. Even then, even when reason is born and soul takes form, is beast and reptile and in thinking man, it lasts and is found of their life. That is still there present, you see. Even when, reason cannot remove that thing, you see. This was the first cry of a waking world. It clings around us, that passion, they cling to us still, you see, around us. Even there, reason is alive. Even when reason is born, and soul takes form in beasts and reptiles and thinking. In beasts, it loves that. Here described, it clings, you see. This was the first cry, that cry. The cry. This was the first cry of the awaking world. It clings. This too was needed, that breath and living might be, they are actually a part of a mechanism. They are tools, they are instruments to achieve certain things. The spirit in a finite, ignorant world must rescue its present consciousness, forced out in little jets at quivering point from the inconscient sealed infinitude. So the inconscience has all the sealed infinitude. From those sealed infinitude, this thing must be rescued. That consciousness which is present there must be rescued. It must rescue the spirit in a finite, ignorant world. The spirit must rescue its present consciousness, of this ignorant world. The spirit must rescue the present consciousness of the ignorant world. You see. Forced out, the consciousness forced out in little by doing in quivering point from the inconscious sealed infinitude. So it is from the infinitude which is there, it is coming out like jets. Then slowly it gathers mass and looks up at light. This present consciousness, when it grows, comes out from the sleep by this thing, then it slowly gathers mass. It kind of battles or patterns, you see, like that. Then slowly it gathers mass, looks up. See, not only gathers mass, it is already seeing the possibility of light, looks up at light. This nature lives tied to her origin. All the description which is there belonging to nature, nature is tied to her kind. She is doing all these things. Nature lives tied to her. Her, of course, stands for nature now. This nature lives tied to her origin. A clutch of neither force is on her still. Clutch of neither force, that imprisoned consciousness of inconscience, neither force that inconscience is on her still. Although awakening has taken place, although something has happened, although movement is taking place, the clutch is there on nature still. Out of unconscious depths, her instincts leap, they come out here. And never is her life to insentient naught. She is close to insentient naught and never life.